Hey everyone, this is Amy from Amy's Haven Designs. Welcome. I'm sorry if the lighting is a bit funny today. I've been trying to wait for a sunny day, but we just have grey here in the UK at the moment. And I think it's just going to get worse. I think it's supposed to rain all weekend. Today is the 3rd of December, 2021. And I must confess it's actually been many weeks since my last Flosstube video. I apologize for that. So I have a lot to show you, and just to make sure it's not too long, I will show you as much as I can for a while, and when it seems like it's too long, I'll stop, and I promise I'll make another one soon. So I will begin with some of my finishes in no particular order. So I did this really lovely freebie from the Primitive Hair, Love Never Fails, and let me see, I don't put a note of what color I used. I don't know what color I used. And I finished it with some red velvet. I love this red velvet. I've used it on my stocking ornaments. I'll show you. And although I have purchased, if you saw my last video, I purchased, or maybe it was the one before that, I showed you I purchased squares from the Fat Quarter Shop. And they're really great. Oh, I should grab them. But anyway, they're really great. They're 10-inch squares, and they're all different colors. And it's really fabulous for finishing, especially if you do small cushions and things, because you have it in just every color of the rainbow. And they're already cut for you, and it doesn't take up much room in your cupboard. And they're brilliant. And so I keep thinking I'll use those, but I end up going back to my velvet quite often. I have velvet in, I believe, 4 colors that I get from backstitch.co.uk. So I finished it with some ribbon, and that is available for free from the Primitive Hair. Let me show you, even though it is free, I won't show you the pattern. And she has done it in the blue as well, which is really sweet. So I've been on a Primitive Hair freebie kick actually, because I've been working on my Christmas stocking designs. I sometimes just give myself a day off with just something really small. And so I also did, especially this, I did it in one day, I think, just about. I changed this at the bottom, was also supposed to be white. I used all my own colors because I didn't happen to have any of the called for colors. So I used, for the white, I used 3865, for the beige brown, which is for the deer, 3781, and for the Yule, it calls for terracotta, 355, but I used 221. And then at the bottom, because my white didn't really show up on my fabric, I don't remember what this is. I used 612 because I thought it just showed up better than the white, because you can barely see the snowflakes and things. And I also printed out some of the other ones to do. So I printed out Merry Primitive Christmas, I think will be my Christmas stitch, my Christmas Day stitch, because I think that's also one day. We usually celebrate Christmas on our own. So I'm a single parent, I have 2 kids, and it's usually just the 3 of us on Christmas. We might go to Mass the night before or that day, but I usually have a good amount of time I can spend stitching on Christmas Day. So I think Merry Primitive Christmas will be my Christmas stitch. I also printed off Merry Solstice and the Samhain one for Halloween. Yeah, and I'll show you some more other things I printed off later. Okay, so that's my Love Never Fails. I also stitched this back in October, maybe a little bit into November. I changed all the colors on this. I showed this on Instagram and I think I put the colors on there and I didn't take the time to look at that before I came to video today. I wonder if I could very quickly find out what I did. Let's go to my pumpkin. Right, pumpkin is 3830, and I did the darker color is just some other kind of dark thing from my stash. I don't even know what I used. My greens are 3363, and then the lighter green, so the dark green is the 3363, and the lighter green again is just another sort of one from my stash. I don't know which it is. And the bird is 844, which is just one of my favorites. The letters, I didn't write down what the alphabet was, or the edge actually. Did I write any of that? No, I didn't. Anyway, I just made it up as I went along. So it looks quite different from the colors on the pattern, because I think the pumpkin is really, actually I can't remember what the pumpkin looks like, but I really like that. And it's December and we really like to decorate for Christmas as soon as we can, but we've had a very busy week. I still have pumpkins all around the house. Pumpkin display, but I'm hoping that tomorrow, Saturday, when we're all home, we can spend the day decorating for Christmas and put up the tree. So I have here, I made this pumpkin as well. I'm changing the leaves. In fact, I don't know what happened to the stem, but I made the stem and the leaves out of felt, and I've actually taken them off because I'm going to change it to velvet leaves, and I haven't quite decided about the stem. But this, I'll just hold it like that because it looks ever so slightly better. These motifs are from my 1830 sampler that I'm working on, my antique sampler. And I changed some of the colors in it, but only a little bit. These are pretty much the types of colors that are in the sampler. And then this is another motif from it. And there's another one on that side. And I just put this on linen and then squished it up. And as I say, I'm going to change the... Okay, so the next thing I'd like to show you is I've been working on some project bags. I'd like to have some project bags actually in my shop. So I've been looking at making some like the ones I make. With my own sewing machine, but I've also been looking at printing them, and these ones I purchased, these are organic cotton, and the size is a bit smaller for these ones, but these are my samples I've been practicing playing around with. So these are block prints using fabric paint. And this one is a stamp using fabric ink. And then I've been also experimenting with some other stamps using fabric ink. So this I went to a friend's, my good friend Jenny, and we went and just spent the afternoon just playing around with some of the things she has. She does a lot of card making and different things like that, and so I just had a play in her craft room and it was brilliant. So I've been collecting some ink, fabric ink. These the VersaCraft, you can stamp, so you can use some stamps like this, and you can stamp and then you iron to make sure that it is waterproof and then you can wash the item. And I've purchased some blocks. I'll probably show some of those things in the next video. Hopefully I'll be experimenting with the things that I've purchased as well and can show you more. And I actually picked this up from Tesco. It was £1 in Tesco, and it has some holiday motifs. And yeah, I'll show you some more of those things later on. I have wood blocks and fabric paints and other things like that. So those are my finishes. I feel like that I'm missing something. Before I show you my new designs, I will show you my new designs because they are also all finishes. So my 12 days of finish, 12 days of finish. It took me a lot more than 12 days to finish, I have to say. My 12 days of Christmas ornament stockings are now all finished, and all of the patterns are up in my Etsy shop called Amy's Haven Designs. They are PDFs, so you can get them from anywhere in the world. A lot of the accessories and things that I sell in my shop are really only available in the UK unless you write to me and say that you're willing to pay shipping. But there are some countries right now where we just can't ship to certain countries, and also the costs are high and the time it takes to receive something is a long time. So for now, I'm basically UK based for the floss rings and needle minders and project bags and things. But you can, oh, now I need to line them up in order. So part one, I showed you, let's see, part one, I showed you in my last video. Hold on, part one, that's not part one, that's not fully part one. And are my partridge in a pear tree, turtle doves, and 3 French hens, and 4 collie birds. And I finished them, so I will have another video on this channel which shows you finishing instructions. I happen to finish them with these wonderful velvets that I get from Backstitch, but you can finish them with a tartan, or I mean, really anything you can finish them. They're on 14 count Aida, but again, you can stitch them on linen or an even weave, but I wouldn't go too much smaller because they'll end up being very, very small. And I want to be able to stick some sweets in, or stick a candy cane in and hang them on the tree. Okay, so I also have a gray velvet ribbon, and this cuff is made from a fake fur I bought in Michael's in the US when I was there in the summer. But you can finish them again with a velvet cuff, or the other option is to take the last 10 or so rows at the top of each stocking and stitch it with 6 strands of a white or a cream color that you like. And the 6 strands makes a really sort of bubbly kind of cuff at the top, and that can be really effective as well. So part one, our days 1, 2, 3, and 4. And part 2 is 5 golden rings, 6 geese a laying, 7 swans a swimming, 8 maids a milking. I added some cows. And then we have our 9 ladies dancing. Now I chose these dress colors, but you can choose any colors you want for the dresses. And for the skin color and the hairstyles, the dresses are all the same, but you can change the hairstyles so that they're all the same, or they're even more different than they are. So we have lords leaping. They're leaping in all different directions. Our pipers piping. And again, you can change these so the tartans are all different. And my drummer's drumming, and the drums have some, oh, if I can show. The drums have some metallic thread there. Okay, so part 2 is the next 4, and then part 3 are these last 4. And they have been such fun to stitch. I started designing this actually about a year ago. I designed this one and thought I would just carry on, and then I have been over the course of the year designing the different stockings, and it's been such a pleasure. And it was so strange on Monday when I published, and I just thought, oh, but what am I going to do? And I woke up on Tuesday and I thought, oh, I'm not, they're all done. So it has been a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to put them on the tree tomorrow. And I hope others enjoy them too. So those are my finishes. Let's see what I have for my sort of starts and whips. So I purchased another thing I purchased. I think I got this from Sassy Jacks. So I have some good news, and when I do my haul is that when I was in America, I ordered some things from Sassy Jacks, and they arrived just after I left. In fact, I don't know the day, or the day after I left on the plane. And so I had a relative come and bring the items to me. So that was really lucky. They came to the UK, and it was a nice small package with lots of lovely goodies in it. And so I think I got this from there. What do I say? Hold on. Or I bought this, I might have bought this. Oh yeah, no, I got this from Sassy Jacks. So, Let's Stay Home and Stitch. I'd been wanting it for a while, and so I got that. And actually, my start is very small. I decided to try it on straw, 36 count straw that I had, and I just have a super small start. And part of that was because I was really excited to sit down and do it, but actually I thought maybe it was too small for the it's such a dark color, and we have such gray weather that it's really hard to see when the weather gets like this. And so I haven't actually done much more on it because I've been so excited about doing some other things. So but I've chosen some colors. I've chosen some of the colors. I have a 535 that I'm using the words is DMC 535. On here it looks sort of more brownish, but I've chosen a gray. I've chosen the red is 347, and then I'm still trying to decide with the blues. Well, I took out 930, and I took out ooh, this is from a different, this is just kind of one of those generic blues that I really like. I don't know what brand it is or where it came from. It's all tangled now. And so I've been playing around with the colors. And then my white is 3865 so far, but I might change that because it seems a bit bright come next to these other colors. Not much of a start on this one, I must admit, but I will definitely be working on that in the coming weeks. And I might have shown this to you already, I don't know. Blackbird Designs, the Country Life Loose Feathers. This is number 7. Now, I started this and I'm doing the DMC conversion. And so I have all these colors, I kitted it up, and really, so those are all most of the colors on there braided, as I normally do. However, I don't really love the colors. I don't like the DMC as much. So you might not be able to tell in this light, but if you see, this is sort of like very dark mustardy colors and things. And here, it's sort of pinky beige, so it is pinky beigey, mauvey tan. I mean, it's just, but none of them are that mustard color. And then the grass is what's really, I guess, disappointing is what I should say. Because the grass here is green. And the reason I purchased this was because I love the green grass. I just love all the animals and the green grass. But this is the DMC color. And it's nothing like that. And so I'm just thinking of maybe stopping and at least changing the color of the grass, but then I might need to change the color of the house in order to match the grass. So I started it and I was very excited. I think this was my birthday start back in August, and I put it down because I'm just not sure what to do with that yet, and I will be working on it. So I've been doing the Halloween stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop Bats and Booze, and I am this far along. And in fact, my plan is I have started some of the white bits here, and then there's a border around it. But actually what I'd like to do is fill this in and then stop there and make it into a pin cushion, perhaps with a button or something in the middle. Because Halloween is not as big in the UK. I do miss that fact. Living in the US when I was a child, Halloween was such a big thing. But Halloween is not very big here, so we don't have a lot of Halloween decorations up. I have lots of pumpkin stuff up. But I think that actually a pin cushion or a very small cushion would be better to put in my dough bowl. I don't have a dough bowl, I have a trencher. And yeah, smaller decorations are better for me. Small pillows, things that I can prop up on here and just fit into little crevices. So that's my plan for Bats and Booze. And those are all the, that's not necessarily all the things that I've done, but those are all the things I'm showing you. That's all that I took out for today. And I'm just going to have a flip through and see what other types of things. Oh, the other thing I got. I thought I'd start this by now too, but I haven't had the time. This is another freebie I printed up from Whilst Iris Naps Designs. And those are great. So they are Be Kind, Be Brave, and Be You. They are 3 different patterns, and she has put them onto spools. So one of these days, I will get to that and my other primitive hair designs. I love the primitive designs. Those are my favorites. I also love samplers. So I keep my patterns in these books. If you see, this is my own, this is my other pattern. So I keep them in these books, and they just have pages like this that I can put in. And I have one, these are my own patterns that I've designed. And then I have one for ones that I have printed off but haven't stitched yet. and then another one for ones that I have stitched and I'm keeping just in case I want to stitch again. Okay, so I was filming and my phone cut out, and so I think that what I'll do is end this video here, and then tomorrow I will work on the second half to share some more goodies with you, and then I'll post that another time with some more of my finishes in the next few days or weeks. Right, so thank you very much for watching.